Hi guys, good morning. You are tuning in with Enchantress the Babbler, aka Better Fix Your Gustav Girl, aka Jennifer Molina, author of The Darker Night Light of My Soul, Volume 1, Love Bites, available for purchase and download on Amazon.com. Thank you for joining me today. I actually have something that I want to dive into. Not sure how it's gonna poetically come out and be like, but we shall see what this ride has in mind for our mind, body, heart, and soul infusions. Yeah. So thank you for tuning in. Make sure to hit like. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to share with your family and friends out there. Yeah, that's it. Namaste. Who else likes it though? 102.7 early in the morning. Inside of your head, and you played it. Still 102.7. But how many people, when they listen to this song by Kasha, I can't think of the name right now, guys, but you get it. How many feel this song too? Like, feel it through and through. Like, I hope your soul is changing. Or is it changing while she's praying? I can't sing it without the song on, guys. You know, I gotta have some kind of free play with the radio. Like, it sucks and I gotta keep turning it off because I don't want my post not to be able to be posted and shared because I had it on for one too many seconds and somebody didn't approve of it because, you know, I don't know, ego, pride, who knows these things and during these times. That's mine. Everybody wants to stake a claim on something, you see. That's just the way it be. Oh, and then bringing me to the topic at hand because someone asked me a question. Well, actually, somebody didn't ask me a question. Somebody advised and said I should talk about this topic sometime. But when they told me to speak about this topic, you see, they already gave me the opinion that they have attached to it, you see, formulating for me the words that I am to speak about this thing that I should try to see and speak on in regards to relationships, and how this person said that I should talk about how it's right to have closure in relationships, like if it's owed to one another at the end of any relationship you may have with somebody, whether it's a lover, you know, a husband, a wife, a girlfriend, boyfriend, friend, family member. Oh, I just encountered some heavy traffic, guys, so I might be babbling for some times because it was just flowing and stuff, but as I can see right now, this might take us some time, so that's great. We're gonna get into our hive at this time, how this person's view, which I'm not knocking down too, we're just exploring this avenue of just understanding just even the own conditionings of this unhealthy feed of generational seeds that have us thinking that somebody owes us closure or some kind of fix at the end of this shift that we feel should be, no matter no matter the take. Like, I'm just trying to understand this mindset, you see, because this applies certainly for many things, not just relationships. You see, how about, you know, things that are inflicted onto we in our lifetimes. You see how many are abused, used, violated, cheated on, hurt, and in their lifetime they feel, I'm gonna have to fix this. I can't wait to start using my dash cam. I did get it. I just have to set it all up and stuff, so that's coming soon. But anyways, all these people living their lives hurt, stuck in this one time, or stuck in this moment in time, or this mindset about how something is supposed to be, or something that they feel they're owed, you see, by another individual, because you did this to me. We had this, you see. All these memories, the time we shared, the encounter we had, you know, this closure needed so that both of us can walk away peacefully. Ideally, you see. Oh yes, that sounds wonderful, so to speak, but is it necessarily needed? It's felt like it's needed, like just closure. And for this person's view is, if this other person that they were with, after now they have broken up, been moved on for some time, he found somebody else at this time and is moving on with his life, but he didn't seem to inform this person on the latest events that has occurred in their life. I mean, let's get to thinking about this, right? Like, we want to be real on all this appeal. Like, just think about the conditioning that really is unreal. Because if you're sitting there knowing that this is the best decision that you have made in such a long time about moving on positively in your own life and letting go of, you know, this past time that was a lot of time and memories, you know, that you will treasure, you know, it's not about the measure, it's just no more. It is not, you know. Some people like to think that immediately after, because of their mindset, you see, that friendship can be with lovers, you see, that a relationship has ended, you know, honoring the friendship. But you gotta understand that sometimes the friendship that we think we even had in the beginning, for most people, you see, because this requires a level of maturity that you gotta let people just be. Like, not all your friends you see every day, speak to every day. There be times that you don't even speak to your friends and your loved ones months. You feel like, holy crap, but these are the people that you're most closest to, you know what I mean? And now you here you have a lover that is in the past saying that is now moving on, because that's what most people do nowadays, or in this lifetime. You see, they don't know how to be alone, you see, so they jump from one relationship to the next, even if it's just a wham bam thank you ma'am kind of thing. Like, that is the thing. People don't like to go in deep, they stay superficial, you see. And so next, everybody's thinking about that next, and somewhere me, I'm like, nobody. Close the door, shut it. Next, nothing, I'm next. Not kidding, sorry, not sorry. But yeah, so these free radicals out there, like, nobody owes you crap. Even if they hurt you, dissed you, like, tricked you, manipulated you, abused you. Listen, psycho, the one I call psycho in my past, when I'll bring up some of those stories from that miserable land that I allowed to take a piece of my soul during that time, I'm out of my mind. abused, freaking, I could talk about it now, like, you know, it may be funked up, even when sometimes I catch myself saying something explicit about something that has occurred to me in that past, and just the passive lens of how I can say it unattached to the emotion that displayed, even if I say it emotionally in some way, because it is an emotional time. Psycho was a psycho, and psycho has no business being with somebody ever. You think he's sorry for his ways? I'm sure he is. You think I got a sorry for what I did to you? That kicking, that pounding that I put down on you, the putting you into prison, causing you so much fear, driving you mad out of your mind, belittling, you know, like all these things. You think that psycho apologized to me, gave me closure that I needed to see, to know that I should never be treated that way, you see, because I am me and I deserve to be treated with love, respect, adored, not treated like a doormat and kicked around some more? You think that man, as prideful as he can be, that animal, that savage, that beast, you think that he apologized to me? Think about that. If I'm waiting for that, I would be miserable right now, sitting here with some other type of frown, because psycho let me down. He didn't give me the closure I need and let me know that I don't deserve those kind of things, you see, because I'm magically delicious. You think that his words, his apology would do anything for me after all he did to me? Mistaken you must be. And if you think that I'm gonna rely on this monster of a monster who in this lifetime is not gonna get to that point in a line in his life where he's gonna come from his divine enshrine and fall to his knees, apologetically feeling it from here about all the seeds he has blown, and I ain't the only one that he has thrown down on, nor will I be the last. That is one freaking monstrous mask that man has and does wear, unable to go to that point there because his mind ain't aligned with many of his shrine. And that is over close to probably, I forgot how old is he? I forgot his birthday. Psycho's not on my mind, you see. He's only just something I can speak on from my own earthly experience during this time, to shine some light about this closure that we have conditioned in our minds, that we think that we need from these beastly seeds that don't even I got distracted because that person over there was looking at me, and then I felt like the car behind me. I know I can't say that person's looking at me. Of course they're looking forward ahead because they're trying to but I lost what I was saying. But yeah, like, if you think for 1 second that in order for me to heal from this experience, the one that I had with this psycho, who I know did not deserve me in any kind of way, he can't even look my way. Do you know that a few years later I happened to run into his way? He could not even look at this light. I spoke to him right because I'm aligned with my shrine. He couldn't even look at me. That's right, you see. Fall back. But that starts with me. That starts with me. I remember when I left, and when I left, that's a story in itself. And I had it, and I was aligned with this moment in time, that abuse, I was gonna take no more, and I dare he come my way, because I will strike back like thunder and lightning in every single way. And it was sown in me, showed in me, the fire in me was ablaze, because I was set in my ways and my truth. There was no question mark to this way of seed that was being implanted before me, and how everything was flowing out to be aligned with me, for there was no stopping me. He could see, for you see truth, and there was nothing he can do. Weak is the man anyways. What he's gonna say to a woman strong, standing in her godly grace? Stay out of my face. You get the difference? And that day of occurrence, when that had happened, this level of inner peace and satisfaction, for I held no anger or hate towards this psycho that was getting left out the gate. I forgave before I even left, and proud of that I truly was, because I was met with a healing that I knew that was growing in me, and an understanding within me that I knew that this was part of the best thing that I was doing for me in every single way, and that everything was going to be okay. The building of all this strength that took time, once I made up my mind, aligned, I found that peace. And that in itself was the freaking closure in me, which is all that I needed to be, because I could care less what he did. Whether he's in a relationship or not, I'm over here, I'm sipping my tea, and her pinky's up, tea. I am sipping my tea, oblivious to he is only but a fragment of a thought of a piece that gets me to work through healing, speaking it quite eloquently for others to see the rapture that exists within the I, to be able to heal through, get through, and rise in our glory and shine. Closure, you give yourself closure. That is my idea at this time. The same thing when it comes to abuse. For the people that abuse and do what they do, believe it or not, you play a big part in their evolution for another cycle that they shall experience in another lifetime. It's gonna third eye wide open their shrine, connecting them to their divine. It's not easy to forgive and let go and emotionally detach with that inner woe that it may have created at some time. But what you're gonna do, stay stuck in that time? It's no longer. I can get upset over and over again about how many times that man has beat me, pulverized me, just thinking about how I could have kicked his ass. Ninja I am. Could have kicked his ass. What am I gonna do? Beat myself up for that because I don't whip his ass? Ooh. Give me that. Humor's back. You know what I mean? So, this closure that we think we seek, that we need to feel from others. Why? What anybody owes you? Whatever it is that they done to you is because you allowed somehow. And then you got to think about what it is that you seek from this experience that is no longer part of your experience. Why do you need closure if it's no longer anymore? You need to find the pieces of the pieces that make up the part of where you are at right here from your heart, and determine for yourself what closure is needed at this time. Does this person really need to be giving you any kind of information about their lives? They ain't a part of your life no more unless you want some more. So these contradicting natures that we do, we have to start putting into practice the new behaviors, patterns, and habits that are aligned with our now truth. See, those would be the things that you would once do when you guys were together. So that's the kind of thing you feel like you're owed when you're apart. No. It don't even go that way. Like, either way. Like, I'm just saying, that's just my mindset nowadays. Like, everybody's place is different. So if you're here saying that this was the best possible solution, resolution, or whatever the case may be, there's no need for closure from he to give to you, you see, because you are in alignment with truth for you. So whatever he does and is gonna do got nothing to do with you. He owes nothing to you. That's the way I see it too. I said, don't get mad at me, boo. It's just my opinion here too. Like, everybody's free to think as they want to do. Be like, after all he put me through, after all she put me through, all this bitch, all this nigga, all this. That is ego, pride, and you still deflecting from the inside the ride that you need to take to go inside your motherfucking divine hive at this time, so that you may align with your truth in your center and understand that you're going to do yourself one even better, and that you're going to align and do the things that are going to build up for this new beginnings for you in your life. Anything that has to go on and do with anybody else that's going to be outside this gate that you are putting outside of your place because they are not aligned with you in any single way, got no business on your mind, even energy of a wasting of time to even calculate or think along those lines. Like, I don't even got time to be wasting my time on thinking about what Cycle's doing at this time. I just don't even care. That's just like a waste of space, of energy. Like, it doesn't even cross my mind. Or that if I was to hear something new, oh my god, he didn't tell me too, after all he did to me too, I should know this is important. I could care less. And less and less and less and less. But you see, I'm just talking from my own realities and tragedies and blasphemies that I allowed to dictate for me, move me along, you see, because I gotta align with me in every single way. Like, what is it that I'm gonna do? What is it that he can possibly say that's gonna bring any kind of closure for me? I am the door you see. This door you see that's walking through, like, whew, this is me. What am I gifting to me? You can't obviously give to me what it is that's going to satisfy me from every single point, from head to toe, my body, heart, and soul. You are not my whole, but I let you go. So if I let you go, now you know you need to just step into your zone and leave me alone. You know? I just be on that kind of grind, that kind of shine. They're like, oh, conceited as shit. No. Full of love for myself is me. And you see, externally, you want to try to bring me some other shebang my way. I'm just saying, like, I am this energy powerhouse of a source. So align with me is my Morse code. That makes any sense? I don't know. I just be babbling sometimes too, you see, but sometimes it does make sense when I do play back, you see. But I understand me, of course, because Enchantress the Babbler is me, and I've been living with myself, you see, for many a times, whatever this piece of me that is, you know, this essence that be, whew, it's interesting. The traveling, the shifting, the intertwining of energy that passes through us all. Yeah. I don't know what happens today, but there's lots of traffic today, guys. That's us upgrading. You see what I'm saying? We're upgrading at this time. So these are just like other more little pieces of the pieces to this puzzle that I contribute to our divine at this time. Like, it's just the excitement of our line. Like, that is where that's where a lot of my purpose serves, and helping myself clearly see the discovery that has always existed within me as I articulate it out loud and share in this profound like growth and wisdom that has enlightened me so. And for may these gifts continue to sow and seed and implant wherever they need to be for the rise of all of us and in our lifetime experience of this humanity that is shared amongst us all, no matter where we come from, still in whole its creation, for we are the same. Yeah. Oh, that truck is scary. Portugalia. So it says Portugalia. Portugalia. I don't think I can say that without saying it like that. Portugalia. No, oh, 7 moons. I like looking around, feeding through so many, like, just synchronicities that exist before us everywhere. Like, pay attention to your surroundings. Like, I know I started off with talking about, like, you know, closure in things that we feel that we are owed and need, and that's gonna be the part of us that can move on once we receive these things externally from other people that are supposed to give us these things. You see, I just say that is a tragedy. Like, let it go and find your closure within yourself, even though it hurts like hell. And it's going to hurt like hell, especially depending on the levels of whatever it is that you're trying to let go of, especially abuse, especially these kind of things that people have truly scarred us in so many ways, that you gotta find the forgiveness to understand that even though that had happened to you, please don't take it personal. As much as it feels so personal because it was done unto you, know that it had nothing to do with you. And that's not something that you're going to be able to understand, comprehend, because you can never imagine yourself doing the things that has been done to you. This is true. But you're not supposed to understand a concept or a process that these monsters do operate and do have, because that's not you. So stop beating yourself up and thinking like, how can? People can. It's unfortunate, man, but people can, and they do. And even if they do unto you, it's hard, and I'm telling you, it's hard to digest. It is so hard to digest, but I'm being as real as I can possibly be, without getting all emotional, you see. Because listen, I don't got no freaking sniffles today. I don't got a stomach ache today. I'm feeling good in every way, and I don't need to start crying right now and smudging my eyeliner more than it already is, because I be touching my face too much. This is not gonna be an easy thing to digest. But you're causing yourself to suffer extra anyways by projecting your pain externally some way and still attacking back your attacker. You're doing the same very thing that they have done to you in a different way. How do you expect that cycle of energy to go away unless you shift some way out of that cycle of pain? In derogatory ways that service you in no way. Although it feels personal, what someone may do to you, at the end of the day, if they're hurting you or doing stuff that's just not cool, it's truly about them. Some people think, but how? If somebody was like that to me, the last thing that I would want to do is inflict that onto others. How can they do the same? Listen, people are just twisted that way. What you want to do, break it down to the DNA? But you don't got time for wanting to understand the science of these lands and stuff like that. So just try to grasp the concepts, man. Sometimes DNA strands just do like that. And then you got conditioning and generations, and you got freaking a lot of stuff that factors in to make the monsters that they are. So that personalization of what they do to you that hurts so much is not personal. So in really trying to understand that from like a third party view, like you're gonna detach from the feeling of whatever it is that they inflicted onto you or do off of you, and understand that it's about them. Start with that seed. Think of it as closure for you to see that you are not part of that monster's grieving anymore. You've allowed it so much already by the pain they've inflicted onto you. For they got a longer way to get through to their roots than you do. That sucks to be them. I know people that have been abused viciously, and their attackers have died in this lifetime. And hurting inside is this cycle that they just continuously bleed in. Can't even sleep. And this closure that they seek of what had occurred to them in their own childhoods by this monster, they will never have. And their soul's so sad. It's a gloomy day, guys. I talk about gloomy things. See what I mean? But there's so many pieces to these pieces, because, you know, so many of us walk around angry and hurt and full of pain and rage and depressions and attitude problems and defenses ups. Like, that's not what's up. So I'm gonna go there sometimes. Gloomy rise of a shine of a ride this is at this time. Oh, that says Transit Connect. Yes, I'm your transitional transformation station, Enchanting Babel transformation station of poetic healing creations, getting through traffic stations, rise of our elevations and vibrations. I'm getting nervous. As you can see, I'm starting to play with my ear over here. Oh my god, my ear has been like insanely nuts, like this, like shh, and this popping that just like, it's like I hear better and better and better and better and better and better and better each time. Like seriously, it's like, but it happens like when I'm talking. So that's why, like, I noticed the other day, it made me be conscious of like what's happening just even physically for me too. Just like I'm always touching my ear, you see. My phone just gave me a reminder about something that I have no idea how that is. Interesting, my friends. Just about the usage of knowing how to do certain things and being nosy mofos and going into people's phones because you got control and trust issues. What do you want me to do? Like, it's 1-on-1, dude, okay? Like, let's work together. Thank you. Gloomy weather. But anyways, people in their ways, they create their catastrophes from time to time. But anyways, that ain't me. But I know it's not right. Anywho, these things that we do, these closures that we feel we need, that we need to receive in order to heal and get past and go through these lands, that's giving your power away to someone that don't even deserve it. But you know, you gotta know your worth, you gotta feel your worth, you gotta feel that worthiness within you. And that's what most people get robbed of too. Like even me, the allowing of another man to come infiltrate and put his hands on me. I mean, what, you thought that I just woke up one day and just let this man beat onto me? No, how about the beatings that have already occurred prior to even meeting this man in the beginning, in the first place? My levels of tolerance of abuse, childhood stemmed from family abuse. These seeds that we do, that we need to consciously undo, because they ripple effect in so many ways and affect our lives in so many ways. That are you a slave to these waves, these vibrations, these conditionings? Yeah. So you gotta think, what's this all about for you? Or maybe you just feel like maybe, you know, nothing like those kind of things happen to you, but you feel like you need some closure in your relationship too, because it's all about you. Yeah, granted it is, but other people, at the end of the day, you still got to get off that like high horse, some might say. Like, you ain't owed shit by nobody these days, let me just tell you. So, you know, if you're thinking that even if I walk away from somebody in their life and they feel like they need an explanation, but yeah, I got none for you, then dude, that's what you're gonna have to rock with all the way through, because I ain't conforming because you think I owe you some explanation. Like, when I think about it, like, just, you know, and it has nothing to do, like, some people may not have an explanation for the things that they do because they ain't there. Or maybe that's just part of you and your evolution and your journey that you have to get through. Something else that's triggering in you. Something that you must experience and get through. There's a reason for this too, you know? Yeah. See? It says, activate a higher level of health for your pets. We are all pets. Holistic select. Yes. Do they have cat foods? Because I cook my dog's food, so I don't buy the foods. I make little pouches of daily pouches I use and whip them up something every single day. They love it. I got turmeric all over my hands. Wait, I say that wrong. It's turmeric. I always forget how to say it. I always get corrected when I say it. I don't know. I can't think of it anyway. So alright. So getting back to closure. Like, I just feel that, in my opinion, you may feel differently, that closure is not something that's required in our lives. Although it's fed to us to believe in those kind of lies, because deception, it travels throughout time and becomes amplified because people fed it so much more over time. I think that's just part of one of many stack of lies that see what I mean about my ear? But anyways, it's like, now I hear that, like, if the plane is like right close to me, like right here. Meanwhile, it's right there, and I heard it here. Weird. Okay, so I just think that let's get hip with a little bit more in tune mess of this mess, so that we can soak in truth for what it is. And from this level of truth, understanding, it allows us to separate the attached emotion we have to certain things that we've come to understand about these external lands. Like, to understand that your perpetrator, you're the person that has hurt you, scarred you, freaking ripped you apart from the inside out. This person, although they may have done that to you, you're not the creation or the reason for that. See? Now that allows you to look in the mirror now with this level of truth, understanding that whatever they're attacking, whatever they did to harm you, shame you, kill you from the inside, gut you from the inside out, whatever they have done was created long before you even came into the picture. So whatever has occurred for them in their life that has created this monstrous freaking demon to exist in your world, that attacks and feeds on you, right, has nothing to do with you. So now let's look again at one of the most biggest pains that we carry here, from torment, abuse that we have encountered and have had in our lives by these monstrous people, demons, you can say, right? Is how can they do this to me, right? Me. One of the most personalized, misaligned pains that most people that have experienced some level of abuse or torment or whatever it is that they've experienced are carrying, because they still can't fathom how this person can do this to me. Guys, I'm trying here, okay? For I too have been abused and used. But I'm also past this. Just, you know, like I was saying the other days, can't seem to talk without crisis. These emotional ties. Say goodbye to cigarettes from my life. But documenting as I am, this is real as can be. So anyways, stuck in traffic is me, and I'm going really deep, guys. So yeah, so look at that. Now, I'm gonna draw a picture. I'm gonna draw a picture and I'm gonna share it later, even if it's gonna be a brief little picture. Okay? So that you can see. Don't be an asshole, please. So, yeah. The ability now to be able to clearly see one of the most heaviest parts of the pains that we carry with us from this experience or experiences that have occurred over our lifetimes by the people that we've loved and cared for in so many ways, or maybe, you know, we didn't even know them and somebody came outside of their ways and violated in some kind of way, you know, whatever the experience may be. There's no measure to the pain that it caused, like, just because there's a different story for everybody. Pain is pain. Hurt is hurt. Depression is depression. Sadness is sadness. Anger is anger. Violation is violation. Okay? So, now, because listen, we're going through healing at this time. So now you got to get outside of this emotional tie. Okay, hold up, let me see. I've been for so long, for the most of my life since this experience has occurred, I've carried this weight on me, saying, why? How me? How can you do this to me? But wait a minute, now I see that this person that has infiltrated themselves onto me in such a painful way that I've carried for so many of my days was this way. Their poison in my life had nothing to do with I. It was not personal, you see. For if it wasn't me, it would have been somebody else, you see. So it wasn't to me. Now I can slowly start to emerge out of this depression, of this hurt, of this confusion that I misunderstood because I was taking it super personal. It's not excusing and it's not justifying things that people have done. I'm not insensitive, okay, to the damage people can cause. But we gotta be real about this. So what, you're gonna give your rest of your life to these people that can't freaking do nothing for you except cause more and more pain to you too? So what, you give them your power? No. You may have stripped me at one time of my power, but I've built up my tower. And this sense of empowerment is my divine shrine that grounds me to the center of my core, my being, my divinity, the grace in me to be able to even just look at you and not feel so disgusted. For I can unleash your wrath, but forgiveness brings peace to my whole. You are unworthy. Of all these things from me, but I give them to you, you see. Forgiveness is me. This closure I seek is deeper than you could ever penetrate into me, your misery. Yeah. So all of this about closure, just a simple closure. It wasn't even her story or anything, but just the the evolution of what closure can bring out in me. I didn't even know. Holistic select. Select actives. Nature's power ingredients. For we are our own powerful ingredients needed in everything that is seeded for us. You have to want it though. I've realized with certain people that I've known, that miserable tone, they actually like it there. Twisted, I know. But they like it there. It's like the energy vampire of a sucker that feeds off of that negative wonder, and so they keep promoting that thunder of inability to get through. So they stuck in this moment because for whatever it is that was built within them, enjoys it. It's like a twisted thing that can breed from some. Well, that's just my opinion again, because it's not a twisted, it's just my view. Like, but as funked up as that may sound to be like, because even if I was to say that, you know, to them directly like that, like, you like this misery kind of thing, insulted they would feel and be, because victim are they will play out completely. And bitch will be me. So why go there? It's unnecessary to argue and fight over something that is what it is, and there's nothing you can do that's gonna make that right. You have to want that for yourself. Like I said, you have to want this. So the way that I speak and the way that I am and stuff like that irritates a lot of people that are like this and on this. Like, there's certain people that can't stomach the things that I talk about, and I'm just like, then be out. You don't like my cheer, my good feel, my vibes, then honey, be out. Peace. You know, I've truly met people that I irritate in every way for just speaking and vibrating. Oh well. And it's crazy too to get to this place because back in the day that would have hurt my feelings. Like, why you don't like me? I don't even do those things to you, you know. But again, not taking it personal. Anything that anybody makes me feel is a trigger for me to get to the real deal of what's my holy field, and I rock it out to that. And that kind of discovery, that kind of align with me to see, so that I can be righteous within me and feel good about me, no matter what it is that other people try to project onto me. Like, I bite you. Toss it off too. So yes, wow, 52 minutes. Closure. How do I bring this video to a closure? I can start saying thank you. Truly, I am grateful for you taking the time to meet me in this place, this space. I hope that the messages of today resonate with you in some way. What is your view on closure? Do you feel that it's something that's needed to be given to you? Please, comment back and let me know your view, for we can, speak about this too. Like, I'm not closed-minded to what other people have to say, even if their opinion swerves the other way from me, because I am open to a lot of things, but I'm just very aligned with me. And so as I see, closure is not something that we need. And although that is hard to see and that's hard to release, other people are not going to always give that to you. So then you have to think like, okay, so if somebody's not going to give me this closure that I seek, that I need, that I think, I believe I need from them, how am I going to get past this? Because obviously they're not going to give this to me. How do I move past this and still be okay? Like, what? I'm going to get robbed in every single kind of way because I can't look past, this closure view I have in mind that I think I need at this time. Meanwhile, it's coming from my shrine. So how are they going to give me something from my shrine? That's just how it be like on my mind. So, I'm just sharing that with you too. You got to think for you, think for you, think for you, feel for you, feel for you, feel for you, breathe for you, breathe for you, breathe for you, bleed for you, bleed for you, bleed for you, honor you, honor you, honor you, love you, love you, love you. Jesus. But yeah, so like, how do we understand this in this kind of light, like to know that we can make things right, even if experiences and certain realities were not right or welcomed or deserved. What are your thoughts on closure? What do you have to say? How do you like to view this viewpoint? Is it something that you feel is generational and conditioned onto us over time to think that other people are going to be the peacemakers of our inner shrines? Like, again, externalizing things that should be found within our center, our being, like, especially when other people are not in the mood to be giving us this. So yeah, I look forward to your comments. More questions like this one. Someone asked, I said, don't get mad. I said, because my opinion may not be like what you imagine it to be, because I see that you're trying to dictate to me the opinion I should have on this topic, you see, and that's not the way it's gonna be, because I don't roll that way. I go by how I vibrate. And so the moment that the question and the topic came in mind, when they were sharing this with me at this time of something that I should talk about, they were telling me how to talk about it. They're like, closure should be given. After all the years we've been through and been in a relationship too, if you moved on, you gotta let me know. You don't gotta let me know shit. You know what I mean? I'm not even... Unless you still care, what is it that you care? Or is it that's just the habit of the behaviors of when you guys were together that is being displayed out here, that you're acting out, that's not in alignment with your truth at this time. So you got to get right inside your mind and be like, wait a minute, why do I even care what this guy is doing at this time? That kind of thing. And why do I feel like his explanation is even owed to me at this time? Am I tripping at this time? Let me go look in the mirror and see what is the truth here that I'm trying to like come to my own my own realizations and truths and clarity. You know what I mean? Sometimes, behaviors are conditioned patternings. I don't know if that's a word, but it should be. So, and just think that if you really want to heal through many of the things that we have gone through personally, and there's some kind of closure that you seek, that's never going to be the gift of healing that you think you need. And if healing is truly something that you seek, then you're going to have to get to the reality that's deep, and it's going to cut, and you're going to bleed, and you're going to have to feel through this thing. And you're going to have to let go of some other perceived conditioned viewings and understand certain levels of truth outside of you that's going to help you develop the strength and the intellectual understanding of something that is emotionally demanding of our hearts, the pressure that we feel from certain things that just hurt, and that's just being real. Yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in with Enchantress the Babbler, and I thank you. Come again. I hope that this information presented to you at this time was something that resonated with you, mind, body, heart, and soul, for your whole, for your growth. Please do comment. Please do share on your ideas about, just closure, your understanding on closure. Maybe you have a tip, or advice, for somebody, how they can, put into practice, learning to gift themselves closure that's needed for painful times in their lives, or relationships that are now goodbye, or, friendships that, goodbye. You know what I mean? That are no longer a part of our lives, and just, the hurt in our life. I actually got a friendship of mine that could play with my mind, because there's no real closure of the friendship ending at the time, just a reality slap of a land. But I did find my closure to that too, man, because you got to take a stand for yourself, because there's just certain truths that you just can't undo, and that's just being realistic too. Not pretty, but at the end of the day, what people do and what people choose to do and what people say and what people deny in their lives in some way, is gonna play out for them in their own way on their life stage. I ain't living that life, you see, so I gotta keep it real with me, and some friendships just can no longer be, and that's a truth and a reality that has stabbed me multiple times, but it has further awakened me further into my own align, and just thinking about the energies that I want by my side anyways, and it ain't. So that's as true as can be in that reality. So gifting me closure and sanity. So shut up. Oh, that guy got mad. That wasn't at me, because the other guy stopped, and he could have still went, because that's like a long yellow light. So even though it went yellow, it just went yellow right when we both got there to the front, but he stopped right away. But the yellow lasts for a couple of seconds, so the car behind him honked and almost hit him in the butt, because people like to take it up the butt. Oh my god, 101 an hour. Oh my god, if you still are here listening and tuning into this message here, oh my god, thank you so much, my dears. May you have a fabulous, marvelous every day, because that is the energy that I am sending your way. May you rise in your shine, and may your seeds be glorious and sublime, and may the people that you touch in your life be affected in such a positive way. May the love that you have and the healing that you need evolve in every single way. May you connect with yourself in every single way. Be honest with yourself in every single way. May you be your best friend, your best lover, your doctor, your everything for you see, because then you get to be these things for everyone and everything outside of you that you see, that you care for and love so deeply. Yeah, that's the ways to be in everything. Namaste.